Hello and Happy New Year, everyone. I hope that you all had a great holiday. Now, welcome to the first segment of In Case You Missed It, Black Audacity Style of 2024. I'm so excited to be back. As per usual, we will bring you up to speed today on last week's news and hot topics that you may have missed. I'm LaWanda Morris, CEO of Black Audacity Magazine, and your host for this evening. Now, today we will be discussing the passing of Representative Eddie Bernice Johnson. We'll also let you know what the granddaughter of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. has been up to these days. We'll update you on some NBA history that was recently made. We'll discuss how systematic racism can affect our healthcare. And in breaking news, we'll talk about the success of the new Color Purple movie. So pour yourself a drink, grab a snack, and let's get into it. In political news, former Democratic Representative Eddie Bernice Johnson died on December 31st at the age of 88. She spent nearly 30 years in Congress and served as a Texas state lawmaker from 1972 until her election to the U.S. House of Representatives in 1992. Johnson was the first Black woman in Texas elected to state public office and to be chair of House Committee of Science, Space, and Technology. Representative Jasmine Crockett, also of Texas, stated that when I'm feeling a little lost, I'll always lean in and see if you can hear me or if I can hear your voice, Congresswoman. You've earned your rest. I'll continue to uplift your life's work. I love this statement and respect shown by Representative Crockett. I send my condolences to the family, friends, and associates of Representative Johnson. A life well lived and a job well done. Now, I know you all remember the Capitol riots. If not, I'll refresh your memory. It happened on January 6, 2021, when hundreds of former President Donald Trump's supporters forcefully entered the U.S. Capitol after attending a rally hosted by Trump. Now, the rioters brutally attacked Capitol police officers. They vandalized and looted parts of the Capitol building, all in an attempt to interfere with the certification of the electoral votes from the 2020 presidential election that current President Joe Biden won. Now, according to AP News, this has become the largest criminal investigation in American history. More than 1,200 people have been charged, ranging with everything from trespassing to seditious conspiracy. Now, AP also reported that 730 people have pled guilty to charges, while 170 people have been convicted of at least one charge. Now, prison sentences also range from a few days in jail to 22 years. And these cases are still ongoing some 3 years later. Make no mistake about it. Even during the American Civil War, which started because of slavery, Confederate soldiers did not even enter or storm the Capitol then. They also didn't enter the Capitol carrying Confederate flags through the halls of Congress, all of which Trump supporters did do when they attacked the Capitol on January 6th. After the 3-year anniversary, these are still some cases that are ongoing. These folks are still in denial. They're still spreading the big lie about the 2020 election, namely former President Donald Trump and his supporters. Now, let's just hope that this man does not continue to spread these lies, but of course we know he will, but let's also hope that the Justice Department will continue to hold him liable and his supporters who all violated the law. Let's also hope this year, when the presidential election comes up, that America does not send this man back to the highest office in the land. Vote your principles, educate yourself, stay informed, and vote accordingly. In sports news, the Detroit Pistons actually made history by losing 28 consecutive games, the longest single season losing streak in the NBA history. Now, they won on Saturday, December the 31st against the Toronto Raptors, 129 to 127. The top scorer for the Pistons, Cade Cunningham, scored 30 points along with 12 assists, becoming the first Piston since Chauncey Billups to post a 30-point, 10 assists, 0 turnover game. Of course, he had help from the rest of his team. Now, head coach Monty Williams stated after the win that I've been in a ton of locker rooms my whole life. And there was that was the first for me. It wasn't a relief. It was more like, thank God, finally. Well, that is a great way to end 2023 for the Pistons. Let's see how the rest of the season goes. Now, in health news, Dr. L. Ebony Bower analyzed a study that showed a strong link between racism and chronic poor health conditions for Black and Brown communities in the United States of America. It has also been reported that housing insecurity, food deserts, a lack of good education, and no gainful employment opportunities make conditions even worse. It's not just about what happens in the exam room with doctors or what the health professionals are prescribing. It's also about what is really happening to people in these communities and what that ultimately does to their health. Dr. Ebony stated that because of discriminatory housing policies, as well as other racist practices, we are seeing what we're seeing now in terms of these high burdens of chronic disease in our Black and Brown communities, including things like diabetes, high blood pressure, and chronic kidney disease are especially killing Black and Brown people. Stay informed, people, so that you can make informed decisions about your health and the health of your family and your lives. That is why we report on this type of information, so that you can have it and make informed decisions. We hope it helps. Now, in celebrity news, our first story definitely ties into what we've been discussing regarding discrimination and racism that is still very, very prevalent in our society today, including in the healthcare system. But this time, it's a little bit of good news. Now, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s only granddaughter, her name is Yolanda Renee King, who is only 15 years old. She's written a book honoring her grandparents called We Dream a World. In it, she reflects on how Dr. King gave us the blueprint, and it's up to us to take action and be the change that we all want to see. This is a lesson that can and should be taught early to help avoid the same discrimination that we see today from repeating itself. Now, as always, children are our future. So if you have kids or if you just know some kids, please buy them this book and read it to them and with them. You might just learn something. We hope that this helps as well. Now, Alicia Keys and her husband, Swiss Beats, have become art collectors. They recently purchased artwork from Black artists that they are making plans to display or to put on display at the Brooklyn Museum in New York City in February of this year. Their collection is called Giants, which we love, and will include over 100 art pieces. Swiss Beats shared with the New York Times that the reason why he and his wife doubled down on African American art was because people were simply not collecting it. He added that he sees changes being made, but collectors have to take responsibility to help shape and diversify the market. I love this. I absolutely love this story. And I think that it is great that they are supporting Black artists. We should all do the same. Take a lesson out of their book and go support Black artists. Now, in breaking news, documents have been shared in the case of Jeffrey Epstein, naming people who have had dealings with him in the past. For those of you who don't know, Jeffrey Epstein was a financier who was arrested back in 2019 on charges of sex trafficking. He died in jail by suicide that very same year while awaiting trial. CNN reported that the documents released have hundreds of papers, and most of the information in them has already been released through media, but this is the first time that those documents have been released legally. The documents do name several prominent figures, but I won't get into that right now because no charges have been filed, nor have any allegations been made against any of those named in those documents. So for now, I'll just say stick a pin in that story, and I'll keep you updated should anything else come of this. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Now, I want to end this segment, our first segment back in the new year, on some good news. The new musical rendition of the classic and beloved movie, The Color The Color Purple, starring Taraji P. Henson, Fantasia, and Danielle Brooks, to name a few, premiered on December the 25th, 2023, and in 2 days, it made over $25 million. Variety reported that it was the largest Christmas Day opening for a movie since 2009. It collected more in a single day than recent stage-to-screen stories, including West Side Story and Cats. As of now, the movie has grossed over $49 million. As far as the red carpet premiere goes, well, should I say the purple carpet? Because yes, the carpet was purple. The stars showed up and showed out. A few of the leading ladies, like Oprah Winfrey, who was not in the movie this time around, but was on the set and was pivotal to bringing this movie to the big screen, wore an all purple gown with purple lace heels. She looked amazing. She carried a glitzy purple handbag. Danielle Brooks, who also looked amazing, she wore purple, of course. Her dress was of satin. It included a hood with a bejeweled corset top. Another moviegoer that looked fabulous on the purple carpet was Ciara. She wore a pantsuit, a white pantsuit that had a train and had sparkles on it, showing off her very, very pregnant belly, who has since had a beautiful baby girl. But she looked amazing as well. They all look radiant. They all look fabulous. So if you haven't done it already, be sure to go check out The Color Purple. It's a fabulous, fabulous rendition. I was a little afraid when I first heard they were going to redo it, but they did it justice. You have to see it if you haven't already. Well, that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed today's segment of In Case You Missed It, Black Audacity Style. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you can be sure to see more Black Audacity Magazine content show up in your feed. Now, I'll see you back here next time, same place. I'm LaWanda Morris, CEO of Black Audacity Magazine, and we are unapologetically and unambiguously Black Audacity. Thank you so much for watching, and see you again next week.